Everything that went wrong during the Stray Kids DC concert. First of all, it was hot as fuck. Outdoor stadium venue with standing GA pit. Already a recipe for disaster. There were no signs anywhere on where to go. Check-in for soundcheck ended at 3:30. So if you missed that window, you can't get into soundcheck. But that wasn't really made clear to a lot of people. For no one was 100% sure what any line was for, not even the staff. And because no one knew where to go, lines to get into soundcheck were slow, unorganized, and crowded. People were passing out and being taken away on stretchers since 10 a.m. Soundcheck technically started at 5. People were waiting in line since God knows how long. I got in line around 2 and I barely made it in. And I had a seat. And at 5:08, they closed the doors, and if you were not already in, you were not going to see soundcheck. So it was stupid hot, and water was being sold at like $8 minimum. And the lines for the water fountains were insanely long. Also, if you had a VIP soundcheck ticket but you arrived at the venue like after soundcheck, you were just unable to check in entirely. They closed the VIP check-in table completely. My friend showed up late and she wasn't able to get the wristbands. You think as long as you have your ticket and your ID, you should be able to get in. You think she did get into the venue, but she wasn't allowed to go to her seat, which was on the field, because she didn't have a fucking wristband. Even though her ticket said field seating, God forbid she steps onto the field. Make it make sense. Genuinely, what is the logic that I'm missing? So we're like, okay, where can we go get the wristband? But she tried to check in, but the table was closed. And the security was like, oh, actually, we moved it to the other fucking side of the stadium. You're gonna have to go there. But you can't cut across the field. You have to do a lap. And obviously, I was like, okay, why? Like, genuinely, why? And she was like, it's my first day. I don't really know. I'm not even exaggerating when I say it was everyone's first day. My friend who was working line management, she said that they were given no training, no instructions, were just expected to show up and magically know what to do. During the concert, people were passing out, fainting, throwing up. Other fans would rush over and help them, like, while the staff who's being paid to be there would just stand there. It also didn't make it easier. People were constantly moving out of their seats to get closer to the barricade, and they would block the walkways where people had to go through. Just sit in your seat. Oh my. It wasn't until Bangtan paused the concert that they started handing out water for free. And I feel like Stray Kids themselves were spending more of their energy making sure people were okay, which I respect. Like, I would argue that the reason why we have security is so that the artists don't have to do that. Ultimately, the concert does end early, which is sad, but I do understand the decision. And you think that'd be the end to it. No. For some reason, all the side gates were closed. So now you're funneling the entire stadium out of one entrance. I personally felt panic slowly settling in because see the exit sign and feel hope only to see the gate be closed. You have people in wheelchairs trying to get through, which was impossible because everyone was already shoulder to shoulder. I know it was a hot day and not everything was the organizer's fault, but there are so many things that could have been done. I will never do another stadium tour. I'm traumatized. I'm retiring. Goodbye.